Hiya guys, Spectre here, welcome back to Immortal Warhammer 3, continuing my Volkmar campaign, which has got off to a very spicy start. Naturally the undead always being a pain in my ass, but I'd much rather deal with Tomb Kings than Vampire Counts. Vampire Counts are extremely strong. They can get some of their best units really early on because of battle sites, which other factions can't do that. And then their Dead May Raise Again ability can be super annoying because you can kill an army. If they get really lucky and a lot of the units get their raised dead percentage, they all come back. So, not something you really want to be fighting as humans. Or most generic factions. But at least in terms of like... in terms of like Cetra's limited to also the number of armies he can have. He's got to unlock them for his tech trees, just like the player does, and his research gets worse the more armies he unlocks. Now while he can recruit them for free, and he can probably recruit a full army in probably about 3 turns, because on very hard difficulty they can recruit 6 units in a turn. So you're talking 3 turns and then they'll be like a unit short. But at least it also limits on what he can have because he's got unit capacity caps as well. So he can't just go and like spam a shitload of Tomb Scorpions and just murder my ass. Who am I actually at war with at the moment? Silver Host and Kemri. Okay. I don't know why they're doing that. We start with an non-aggression with them as well, which is kind of weird. Because Volkmar's very stuck in his ways, should we say.
Sigmar, grant me strength. Blessings of Sigmar upon you.
So if we go on him from his finger, War Altar. So he loses health, he loses armor, he loses leadership. But he gains 28 speed, 25 more melee attack and defense, and 135 weapon strength. Why does his chariot make him weaker? I don't understand.
Orders.
His chariot makes him a lot weaker. I mean, I think he's got unbreakable from his chariot though as well. So I suppose you actually have to kill him. And considering that you can make Volkmar quite tanky, it can be an absolute nightmare to try and kill. Especially when you've got that as well. So he's got generation on him with the 20% ward save. Yeah, he'll be a fucking one-man doom stack.
Sigmar be praised.
I just need to get me Great Swords. Demigryph Knights I can hold off on. I can use regular Empire Knights for the time being. Ah, bollocks. Screaming Skull Catapult.
What?
Yeah, at the moment, if need be, we can use regular Empire Knights. I'm not sure what building. Do they come from the same building as Demigryphs? They should do. Yeah, they do. Actually, I'm going to need both of these Demigryphs is what I'm going to need. Need a mix of the two. Then again, I also need that as well. well. 8 turns. Oh god. Well, no, we can build that back up. We can shorten that down. Right. I probably won't get an auto resolve here, but I need to take this guy out and take that back. I need some more money. Maybe I will get an auto resolve here. But then again, what do I lose? Because he's got 4 Tomb Guard. I don't lose anything. Fair enough. That sets them back further because it takes them longer to recruit than it'll take me to recover. Especially depending on what they're recruiting. Although I do think they get time off that as well, which is kind of weird. Do I want to buff Volkmar? No, moment, let's go this way. Let's get Quartermaster. Let's get Headhunter. Let's make the army a bit fucking cheaper. Because we haven't got a lot of money coming in at the moment.
Chosen of Sigmar. They will be judged.
Right, get yourself over there. Because obviously we couldn't see that army.
Onwards.
I need to see what's coming and where it's coming from.
Knowledge is power. The Empire's foes do.
Yes! He wants a peace treaty. Make him pay more for it though, cheeky bastard. I can get non-aggression, but I don't want non-aggression because I do want to kill Spectre. Just not right now. But a peace treaty, one, it gives me some money which I desperately need, and 2, it buys me time. The most important fact is it buys me fucking time. Because while you might think, oh, it buys him 10 turns as well. Buys him 10 turns, but it buys me 10 turns. I don't need to control that full territory that I'm in. I just need to be able to get my army at the moment that I'm after. Right, let's see if I was going to get any one of those.
The instrument of Sigmar's will.
And if I use that though, it's going to take a point off of that and I need that. Fucking hell. 8,000? There's some more groove there. But then again, we need more money. Yeah, give me that one, building taxation thing. Now don't use that income from there. See, at least Settlers also doesn't spread corruption. That's the other thing. You might think, oh, I've taken peace treaty, I can't claim these. I don't need them. That's the thing, I don't need them. It's a 100 turn head start campaign. So I can only claim 2 provinces at the max anyway until turn 100. So buying all the time that I can get is important. And now he's giving me a peace treaty. He's giving me 2,800 in income. Tomb Kings don't get a lot of income for a start.
Yes. Volkmar.
Well, then again, that's 5 turns, and 5 turns we're not going to have 8,000. I mean, that'll give us some money as well as some growth, I suppose. And it unlocks Fanatic Decree. It unlocks this one. Okay. Effect range for Grand Hammer of Sigmar, Grand Shield of Faith. And that's what you get at the top level, I'm guessing, is it? Right, okay.
Praise Sigmar.
Grand Shield of Faith. So that gives all units a 20% ward save. And that gives all units 24 melee attack. What's going to make these armies a lot stronger as well is, believe it or not, is going to be the heroes. The heroes are going to make a huge difference. Because you want an Empire Captain in there. You want a Warrior Priest in there. Warrior Priest, you're probably better off keeping him on foot with the Great Swords. Your Empire Captain can go mounted with the Knights. And then you want a Wizard flying around casting spells.
By the Helden Hammer.
And they can make a huge difference with them. Only downside is I might have to take Empire Generals over Arch Lectors to lead my armies. So I normally do take Empire Generals when I'm playing Karl France or playing Balthazar Gelt, but with Volkmar I was going to try and be a bit more thematic, and that's why I recruited this guy, because he's got Confident, which is a really good trait. But I might have to go with these guys, purely because they can get a Griffin mount, so they can have Siege Tracker. He can't.
Blessings of Sigmar.
And there's nothing else you can really build to get Siege Tracker. It's the one problem with the Empire. They've not really got much for Siege Tracker. And you don't want artillery in a melee army. I mean, you could probably squeeze in a steam tank, but they're super fucking expensive, and you've got to build a building chain then for just one unit. I don't know why Demogryphs don't have Siege Tracker, to be honest. They're monstrous size, the same as Trolls. And Trolls have Siege Tracker.
Who commissions me?
We might actually make it now. Yes.
The Empire.
Oh, well, that should buy me the time I need from Spectre to leave me alone for a bit.
My knowledge is yours.
I'm just going to stay there 2 more turns till that instability is gone. Hopefully Scarbrand becomes a problem for him.
has heard my prayers.
Yes, great swords. I still don't know what that that thing is though. It's on tech tree. It might be tech tree. It's skill tree.
Volkmar the Grim.
Where the hell did I see it? Got no idea where I saw it. We definitely want that so we can get our great swords cheaper and at a higher rank, and then we'll move on to here. We can do the upgrades later on. We don't need to worry about war machines or missiles. We don't want any of those. Hang about though. I'm wondering if it'd show Volkmar on there, see if he'd get some upgrades from it. Ugh. Hey, we've got a warrior priest, nice.
What do you require?
Camping range, camping line of sight. They're not bad, not amazing. Hang about. Couldn't that go to him?
Show me the accused.
Yeah, you can have that. So if he's wounded, he'll be back sooner.
There is power within prayer.
Oh, he's got a punishment as well. Yes. Yes, that's so good. So good for us. That's what we needed.
Never yield. Blessings of Sigmar upon you.
Then he goes to -4. Okay.
I see Sigmar's hand in this. I trust no man. Is that where heretics lurk? Now.
Silver host destroyed. Shit, that means I'm at war with no one. Right, I need to declare war on somebody. Otherwise it's going to put me at war with somebody. You know, I'll be fighting fucking wood elves. I hate wood elves. I declare war on him. In fact, actually.
Address Usirian warns against a pact with you, so speak now.
My will.
Yeah, you've got to make sure you're at war with someone. If you're not at war with someone, I'm not sure about lower difficulties, but in the higher difficulties, in like very hard legendary and maybe hard as well, if you're not at war with someone, usually within 3 to 5 turns, it will put you at war with someone. In very hard, it can be anything from 1 turn, but usually what the game will do is it will fuck you over. So it will declare war on somebody that's adjacent to your provinces. So it could be tic-tac-toe, it could be Tomb Kings, could be this guy, it could be him. It'd be somebody on my border. It wouldn't be somebody further away like the ogres, and that are also weak as fuck. But if you're at war with someone, at least one faction, it picks that up. But yeah, you need to make sure that you're at war with someone. How will you get a Soulfire as well? Nice. He gets all those. But he gets the other one, he gets the better one. Grand Soulfire, yeah. This does more damage.
Foes do not escape the grand.
That's fine. And see, with Scarbrand being a bit further away, I wasn't sure if it'd count it or not, so. I don't want Scarbrand coming over at the moment as well. I'm not prepared for him. I need my great swords. At least. I don't necessarily need knights, but great swords can potentially handle it. But then I need to try and get some items on him. Try and get my characters ranked up.
Knowledge is power.
There we go. Right, so that's going to be built in 6 turns. When that's built, we need this so we can start getting the great swords. We've just got a warrior priest, so we got lucky. We can either build this and get ourselves a mage, or I can build that and try and go for demigryphs. But then again, we can't afford demigryphs right now, but we could afford a mage. So I might go that and get the Wizard's Conclave.
Orders.
Why does he get recruited at level 1? Can I do a thing for... Oh. Is that those? It's there. In fact, before we recruit our wizard and our Empire captain, we'll do that. I'd rather get them with some extra ranks on them. Why is Cetra's territory getting corrupted? Beastmen or something, I'm guessing. Not at the moment. Oh, bollocks. Well, it's alright, I'm always Scarbrand. Yeah, give me that. And then we'll go this direction and get these.
Volkmar the Grim. Who calls?
Got him still in there. Fucking hell, he's got a lot of Tomb Guard. So it won't be an issue once I've got great swords. But until I've got enough great swords, Tomb Guard will fuck up like Empire Swordsman. And see, Volkmar's one of the rarities as well, where he's got 2 purple items. Both are worth having. Both are really, really good. Where you get some that like only have 1 purple, like Throg, and is just crap. It's not worth taking.
The instrument of Sigmar's will.
And really, to make them worth taking, all they've got to do is, if it's a weapon, it needs to give some either base weapon or on-piece weapon damage, some melee attack, and either a passive effect that builds up or an activate effect. But you need an increase in melee attack and an increase in damage of some variety, the armor piercing or base weapon damage. For an item, for like a talisman, you want a ward save of some kind, even if it's as low as like 5%. But you want a ward save. Not physical resistance, you want a ward save. Every character that has a purple item should have a bleeding ward save if it's a talisman. And then some melee defense. And then you can have whatever else they want to put on it. But they're 2 fundamentals you want on every talisman and then every piece of armour. If they have magical piece of armour, you also want a ward save and some melee defense. You want melee attack and weapon strength, or armour piercing damage if it's a weapon. The only one that's like a more like up in the arms one is if they've got a enchanted item, or a should I say like a spellcaster item. Interesting. Like enchanted is that one there. That one again I'd probably say needs one of something. So it either needs a bit of melee defense, a bit of melee attack, or a bit of both. And then, depending on what else the person's got, if all they've got is that, then they want it to give them some sort of ward save as well. Not both ward save and damage, but I'd say a ward save is more important than damage. If that's all they've got as their purple item. But then if they've got the sorcerer one, obviously that one's to be tailored more towards giving you like winds of magic benefits, that sort of stuff. Or spell mastery, so you can cause more damage with your spells.
Chosen of Sigmar. The righteous hammer of Sigmar. My knowledge is yours.
He's rebuilt his armies, but he appears to be going against the Wood Elves. Strangely. Nice.
Volkmar the Grim. Blessings of Sigmar upon you.
Now we can build that. You've got limited space here, haven't we, really, for what we need to build. And the port takes up 1. So if you have both of these, you need that so I can recruit the units, which is really annoying. See, these buildings are annoying as hell. But you've got to have one of these to recruit those units. Because you only get 6 spaces. If I do 4, 5, which you've kind of got to take for the heroes that I do need. Technically there's him over there as well, with capacity over there for him. But witch hunters I don't ever use in my armies, they're scouts. And I've already got a witch hunter. And then it's a matter of what do I need more, because there's money there which I could take, but then there's a bigger garrison there. I mean, then there's also ones like that, which is also usually really good because it gives you research rate plus 10%. And 4 more hero rank for Empire Captains, which is insane. So, do they get anything from that anyway? Oh, they don't get anything from that, that's why they get it there. Minus 1 turn for Great Swords and Great Cannon units. Great Swords obviously is good for us, that means you're getting a 1 turn rather than 2. But the Lord Recruit rank plus 1 faction wide is also really insane. But just, it's this provinces, because it's a coastal one, you get a benefit of more money. So I might just double down on the money and just go with the Tailor's Guild. And then if I need to later on, destroy it and build the reinforced walls. I just can't build everything, that's the thing. If it was a 10 settlement one, like a 10 building slot, you'd be fine, you'd have space. But it needs to be about recruiting what I can, in terms of getting my heroes and my units, and then money, ideally. So I can afford them, because if I can't afford them, this is not a sacking faction. They don't go around sacking. You can't operate in the red.
Be warned. It is my sworn duty.
That's the first time I've seen that go backwards. They give me non-aggression and then got destroyed. Okay, nice.
Ready? First we drink, then we talk.
Clan walls.
Have at!
Yeah. All of that. We don't mind fighting Skaven. Skaven are shit. And the best Skaven armies are ranged armies, and even then you can easily get to them and kill them, because obviously they don't play it like a player would. And Skaven melee armies just don't work. Unless they Doomstack, which is rare. And usually you see that from Clan Moulder more than anything else.
They will be judged. Sigma, grant me strength.
And getting that early on is a good thing as well, the research rate. Definitely. Income from iron, gem and gold mines. Well, that'll be good because I've got a gem mine. At the moment I'm kind of being left alone, which is fine, because I've got other enemies in the area.
Volkmar.
Him being an ally is good because he'll get strong. Dwarves always do. Need to be careful with him though. He's at war with Teclis? Why?
Unbending.
I mean, see, ideally I need to hope that he doesn't declare war on him either. Feeling like that. I mean, I can deal with the lizardmen later on, just... It's right now. Right now I'm at my... It's at the scariest point where you haven't got the units that you need.
I am Volkmar.
And then I need to get rid of units like these that just... They won't work in this army. Empire, unlike Skaven, Empire's one of those factions that normally you'd think of building some sort of like gun line with a front line of troops and just pounding people from a distance with your Hellstorm rocket barriers and stuff like that. But personally, I prefer having an Empire melee army. And Empire melee armies are very strong. They can work very, very well. They've got a good group of heroes because you've got the Empire Captain who's quite hardy and he's got your training. You've got your Warrior Priest, he's quite a tough nut to crack, and he's got your replenishment. And then you've got your Mage on top to cast spells, extra damage. You can use the Warrior Priest as an anchor for your infantry line. You can use your Captain as an anchor for your cavalry line. Your Lord's thrown into the mix, he can bolster wherever is needed. And then your Spellcaster just flying around with his Pegasus, causing mayhem wherever he goes. You don't need a single range unit. The only thing you'd be classed as range really would be your Spellcaster. But Spellcasters are invaluable in this game. They really are invaluable. In fact, I can get my in one turn anyway.
Defender of the faith.
Something he got? Weird. I don't know. Yeah, you might need that in a bit.
Yes.
So I was going to get targeted at Volkmar is. Right. That is a must. Then we need this, don't we? We need to get a wizard. I mean, I could always be a waste of money though, but I could build that, recruit the wizard, destroy it, and then rebuild this for the knights. Because Empire Knights aren't great, I'll be honest, they're not. Especially not for what they cost. But we'll be keeping these until we can afford to get these. We won't be getting these for quite a while. I know we can get them already at tier 4, but the 350 or 375 a piece sort of thing. They're expensive. That's going to make our greatsword rank 3, which is good. They're fucking rank 7 already. Jesus Christ. Why do they get at rank 7?
The righteous hammer of Sigmar.
Must have this one. That affects both our guys, okay. Right, so what do knights get then? It's knights on this one. Right, so knights are here. Since we might be using knights for the time being, that gives him 9 armour and 9 charge bonus. Okay, so we can use that. It does benefit Reiksguard as well, which if we can somehow get Reiksguard, but I don't think we can. Reiksguard are good.
What?
And then what takes a battle this one? Melee attack, melee defense, physical resistance. And that covers your great swords and your Demigryph knights and your Reiksguard. Then normal knights must have to be here then. Yeah, they're here, yeah. 5 leadership, 5 melee defense, 15% spell resistance. It a bit more sense giving them missile resistance than spell resistance. 15% spell resistance ain't gonna do shit.
Sigmar has heard my prayers.
Not spending that on that now. Where I can though, I want to double down on all my towns being about money, basically. So the defensive building in there because you kind of need it, and then the Tailor Guild and whatever else might just bring in money. I mean, like if they've got like the gem mine like that or a port, it's easy. If they haven't and it's something like that, I mean, if you take that, you take that, that's your money. I mean, you could throw in some control. There's that there, actually, that. Bit of growth and income from buildings in a local province. That could work. And what the fuck Cetra's doing with this goddamn Tron chariot? That literally looks like the wheels of one of those bikes out of Tron. I've got a nice picture of Cetra in like a Tron suit. I fight for the user.
I trust no man. For Sigmar.
Oh my god, he's got another army. He's got a third army.
Forward.
This could go south pretty close, Warness.
Never yield. Sigmar, grant me strength. I am Volkmar. I will cast out all evil. This is wise.
Has he got Ambuscada? Not that I can see, no. That is the most useless fucking one ever. Minus 50% casualties suffered from the patrician of Lord's army. Couldn't they give something else alongside that? Yeah, some of the Lord defeat traits are crap. Like, I think they fixed Emperor Karl Francis now, but it used to be like, you cause terror in fighting the Empire. And it's like, what? And bear in mind, some of the Legendary Lords already cause terror. It's like you don't gain anything. I think all of those should give you something generic that you can use. You know, a bit of extra experience, percentage, melee attack, melee defense, bit of physical resistance or something, bit of leadership. Ward save might be a bit much. And when I say a bit, I mean like, you know, 3 melee attack, 3 melee defense, 3% physical, 3 to 5 leadership, something like that. You know, just something more generic.
Defender of the faith.
Something that you can at least make some use out of. There's 3 great swords in there.
The instrument of Sigmar's will.
That helps the wizards as well, that. Yes, good. Empire Captain, it says 1 out of 2. I ain't got an Empire Captain.
Blessings of Sigmar upon you. By the comet.
Oh, which one do? Oh, there's an Empire Captain. What the fuck's this guy doing here? No.
Orders.
That strategist trait
Show me the
is actually quite good for a guy like him. Because I think he's got the army. Yeah. See, for him, that's good because it's his campaign movement range. That doesn't benefit the army. So you don't put him in there and then the army gets 5% more campaign movement range. It's just for the hero. So it's better for the hero on the campaign map. So if they're a scout like him, it means he can get further. You want something that's going to benefit a hero in the battle. Like he's got it there, but then he's got campaign line of sight. See, campaign line of sight will benefit the army, so we can see farther. So that's not too bad. It's not a great trait, in all honesty, don't get me wrong. But like, you're better for something like tough. I mean, that's against only certain size type unit. But at least that one gives him more armor, more melee defense. Your best ones are going to be disciplined and confident, because they benefit both him and the army. But it's if you can find them. And with the amount of money I've got, I'm not trait farming. No way. Right. What's this guy doing? And it's probably gone over his 10 turns now, so he can be declared war. He's just being a nuisance. When they start doing this, when they start like trying to piss you off, that's when they're getting ready to declare war on you again. And I'm okay with that, but I need my great swords first. When I've got my great swords, there's nothing that he's got for infantry that'll stand. Even a Shabti don't do well against great swords. Build me that. Actually, build me that. I need my great swords more than I need my wizard. I do want a wizard, but I don't need him right now, and I also can't recruit him for at least 3 turns anyway until that's done.
My knowledge is yours.
But it means that in 4 turns I can start recruiting great swords, which means I can get rid of some of these units here. I might even get rid of these. Why have they got 10% physical?
The instrument of Sigmar's will.
Oh. Because he gives them 10% physical, as well as 8 more melee defense. Right, okay. It's a shame that doesn't give him anything better. You get Wayfarer, more speed, and charge bonus, which is meh. I mean, it means they could be actually quite tanky, because they've got that as well. Because that'll send the melee defense up to 58, which is a lot. And then they can get 15% more physical, so 25% physical. That'll like same as a demon or something. Right. I'll leave this part here for today. We've managed to make some good headway on it, believe it or not, because it means we're close to being able to get the units that we want. We're 4 turns off of getting our great swords. And I'm just going to make sure that I remember to switch that to that, so I can actually get them a bit cheaper. And then we can start putting great swords into the army, which we're going to need. And at least these will take off some of the cost as well, because they've got their upkeep themselves. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, leave a like. If you're new around here, please drop a sub, help me grow the channel. It's free. And I'm trying to push towards that YouTube partner program. So I need to get to 1,000 subscribers. If you can help me get there, I'd really appreciate it. Take care everyone, and have a great day.